So you're looking to start a business in Vietnam? That's fantastic. But, as you can probably guess, there's a bit of a maze when it comes to compliance. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through that complexity. We'll lay out a clear, step-by-step roadmap for setting up your tax and financial systems from day one so you can stay on the right side of the law.
Here's our game plan. We're going to start right at the beginning with tax registration. Then we'll walk through building your accounting system, handling the daily ins and outs of bookkeeping, and finally, getting your reporting obligations sorted. Think of it as the journey every single new founder in Vietnam has to take.
All right, first things first, tax registration. You can think of this as your company's official birth certificate. Before you can legally do, well, anything, hire people, open a bank account, make a sale, you have to get this done. It's the absolute first hurdle.
So where does it all really begin? Before you even dream about that first big sale or bringing on your first team member, you have to let the government know you exist. And this isn't just about filling out forms. It's about establishing your company's legal and financial identity right from the start.
Think of the tax code, or Maso Thuế, as your business's own social security number. It's this unique string of digits that's going to stick with your company forever. You'll need it for pretty much everything: opening that bank account, issuing invoices, and of course, handling all your taxes. It's the key that unlocks your ability to operate legally.
And here's some good news: Vietnam has actually made this process way more efficient. As you can see, it's a pretty straightforward three-step flow. The real game changer here is the one-stop shop portal. It lets you handle both your business and tax registration all at once online. It's a huge leap forward.
Okay, so your business is officially on the map. What's next? Now it's time to build its financial backbone. We're talking about your accounting system, the engine that's going to track every single dollar and tell the financial story of your company.
And this is a big one. It's not just a suggestion, this comes directly from Vietnam's law on accounting. Consistency is absolutely crucial. You have to pick one system and stick with it for the entire fiscal year. This is what makes sure your financial data is consistent, comparable, and most importantly, trustworthy.
This brings you to a really key decision: choosing the right framework for your business. As you can see, you've basically got two main paths. For the big players, there's the comprehensive standard regime, also known as Circular 200. But for small and medium-sized businesses, Vietnam offers a simplified option designed specifically to be less complicated and ease that compliance burden.
Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, the day-to-day rhythm of financial management. This is where you actually record the story of your business, one transaction at a time. And trust me, getting this part right is fundamental to everything else.
Now, these aren't just, best practices. These are legal requirements for bookkeeping in Vietnam. They're what make your records legit. For example, objectivity means your books have to be based on hard evidence, like receipts, not just guesses. Completeness means every single transaction gets recorded. And timeliness? That means you record things as they happen, not weeks later. These rules are the bedrock of compliance.
And this is a perfect example of Vietnam's push to go digital. For most businesses, the days of paper invoices are long gone. It's now mandatory to use electronic invoices, which get authenticated with a code directly from the tax authority. This makes everything so much more transparent and way easier to track for everyone.
So, you've been doing all this careful record-keeping day in and day out. Now what? Well, this is where it all pays off. See, it's not enough to just track your money. You have to periodically report your company's performance and tax situation to the authorities.
The financial report, or báo cáo tài chính, is basically the official scorecard of your company's financial story for a certain period. It's a standardized set of documents that lays out your financial health and performance, not just for you, but for the government and any potential investors or partners too.
Okay, this table is your new best friend. You need to burn these two deadlines into your memory: your quarterly VAT declarations and your annual financial statement. And as you can see, that big annual report is due within 90 days of your fiscal year end. Missing these dates can mean penalties, so staying on top of this schedule is absolutely critical. All right, let's wrap this up with a few crucial rules of the road. These are the essential details that every single business owner in Vietnam has to keep in mind to operate smoothly and stay compliant.
One thing you really need to get is that accountability here is super clear. It's not vague at all. As this shows, it's not just one person signing on the dotted line. The preparer, the chief accountant, and the company's legal representative all share legal responsibility by signing off on the reports. This creates multiple layers of oversight, which is a very big deal. For most businesses, this is the number you need to know. The standard corporate income tax, or CIT rate in Vietnam, is a flat 20%. This applies to the vast majority of companies across almost every sector.
But, and this is a big but, it's not a one-size-fits-all system. If you're in a specific industry that deals with exploiting natural resources, think oil and gas exploration or mining rare minerals, that CIT rate can jump significantly, ranging anywhere from 32 all the way up to 50%.
And that really brings our entire journey full circle. Compliance isn't a one-and-done task. It's a continuous cycle. You register the business, you set up your systems, you diligently record your activities every day, and you report on a regular schedule. Mastering this cycle is truly the key to running a healthy, legally sound business in Vietnam.
And that leads us to one final forward-looking question. We've already seen how digitalization with e-invoicing has completely changed the game. So as technology like AI and automation continues to evolve at a blistering pace, how do you think it's going to transform this whole compliance process even further, not just in Vietnam, but all over the world? It's something to think about.